Our man, the mortgage specialist, is with us, Assad Naeem, and I, Assad. We're going to talk about down payment. How much down payment is the subject of our video this week. And I know a lot of people who are saving up to buy a house are thinking, well, okay, how much down payment do I need? And we have the man to answer that question right with us, Assad.
Great topic for today. It's a topic that a lot of people ask and want to know about. So I'll dive right into it. The amount of down payment that you need really depends on what you're buying the property for. So you have to look at the initial reason of purchase. Is it an investment property, or is it a property where you're primarily going to reside, a principal residence? So we'll start off with an investment. If you're buying an investment property, meaning you're not going to live in it, you're just going to rent it out or do something else with it, then the minimum down payment that you need is 20%, regardless of what the purchase price is, regardless of where it is in Canada. The minimum down payment that you need is 20%. So that was easy. Now let's take a look at what the residential part is. So if you're going to buy it for your primary residence and you're going to live in it, then your down payment that you need, the minimum, depends on the purchase price of the home. If the home is $500,000 or less, then you can put a minimum of 5% down payment. If the home is greater than $500,000 but less than $1 million, meaning $999,999.99, then the down payment that you need is 5% of the first $500,000, and you're going to add 10% of the amount above $500,000. So let's just put an example of $600,000 as the purchase of the home. So 5% is of the first $500,000, which is going to give you $25,000, and then 10% of the other $100,000, which is the $100,000 above $500,000, which is $10,000, and then you put the $10,000 plus the $25,000. $35,000 is the minimum down payment that you need for that. And if the home is $1 million or greater, then it's 20% minimum down payment. So it all depends on A, what the purpose of buying the home is, and B, if it is going to be a home that you're going to live in, then what's the price of that home. And that's how you calculate what your minimum down payment is. Pretty simple.
So that was good then. That was well explained.
Yeah, I did my best.
I know, because you do get... So tell me the difference then. If you can put more of a down payment down on your principal residence, right, your residential, so yes, your minimum's 5, but the more you put down, what's the benefit of putting more down? Obviously, you're not lending as much. So how does that work?
Well, the benefits are great if you're putting more than 5% down. A, it all depends on your default insurance fees, which other people call your CMHC fees or your default insurance. If you're putting 5% down, then there is a 4% CMHC or default insurance rate that gets applied to your mortgage balance and added onto your mortgage. So if you're putting more than 5% down, A, you're decreasing the amount of default insurance which is being added onto your mortgage. B, if you're putting more than 5% down, you are now able to buy a more expensive home, because A, you're going to get a certain amount of mortgage based off of your debt to income ratios, and any amount of down payment that you're putting on top of that then suggests how much of your purchase price would be. So always remember, if you're going to put more than 5% down, that's going to decrease your default insurance and increase your purchase price. So more of a down payment means more of a home.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Well, we'll leave it there. We'll find a topic for next week, and we wish you a good week, Assad. And your contact information is coming up towards the end, and we'll talk to you then. Thanks, buddy. Have a good week.
You as well, Stu. Thanks a lot.